Alright, so this is my post-mortem video for Project Management and Assessment 2. I just want to start off by saying this is probably one of the most useful classes that I've had so far. Mr. Bloom has been available, and I learned a lot reflecting on how my sites were built and learning exactly what my issues were and kind of getting into some more somatic code. And I talked with Mr. Bloom actually today, and going back and forth, I went from one extreme to the other, where I was using classes and IDs on pretty much everything to not using them on anything, which kind of made my life a little bit harder, not using them on anything at all. So kind of getting into the happy medium and only putting them maybe on the the top of that section, and then diving into it a little bit later. Obviously here there's a grid system involved, so it's a little bit different of a scenario, but here at least I can go container and go down from there. So starting off, I'm just going to go over kind of the things that I changed and then what I still want to change for my site. So this is the actual live site, something that's published here, and you guys have seen this throughout the month, but this is still published. I did want to get the new stuff out and published before the end of this class, but with media queries and all the the different sizes that I would have to write for, I just left this up because this again is a business site, so I have to have it be functionable. One of the main things that I changed, and Mr. Bloom helped me with this as well, is connecting this instant quote, the client login, to kind of have its little modal window and then sign in. If you're on my site right now, you go to the client login, it directs you to djintelligence.com client, and it's just this window. This is for their ASP to actually go through and sign you in. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted you to be able to do that from my site. So one of the best things that we did this month was actually go and implement it right onto my site. So if I actually went and signed in to here, and submitted, I can go right into the form. So I don't have to go to that other form. Now this is still going to DJ Intelligence, so I'm still using their databases and things like that, but at least I don't have to go through that other form, this form, to get there. So it's a really nice little feature. Then this part of it I have to kind of change in DJ Intelligence to get myself back into the site. And for right now, I want to be in there. Okay. So that was one of the nicest things, like I said, that we changed, having a little drop down and not clicking the sign in and being directed away from my page immediately. That was one thing that I definitely wanted to be done. And then the next biggest thing was moving the instant quote. As you went to this site, you didn't necessarily know where you wanted to go at first. So now when you come onto the site, this draws your attention right in. I put a little bit of a ease in here for the instant quote, so when you hover over it, you're going to get a nice little ease in effect. I've seen that quite a bit over through the web, so it's something that I implemented in there. And this also brings you to a different site, but this class really wasn't about rebuilding that part of the site. Definitely went through, changed all of the fonts and things like that. The legibility of this site is way greater than it was before. Got rid of the headers and things like that, and just kind of cleaned it up, so everything looks a lot cleaner and is a lot easier to read. Also did a lot of work on the margins, so to make sure that your eye isn't just blending together. So let me take a look at this one. So here, you can't necessarily see the margins in between. The gutters aren't properly made. So that was some of the work that was done there. Getting rid of the Facebook and the social icons up on top. One of the comments the first week was that everything was so cramped up on top here, and I totally agree. This is stuff that came in after, that I definitely wanted to spread it out, but there wasn't room to do that. That's kind of why this was on the bottom and things like that. But getting rid of this, which has no meaning, the new dance machine, it's already over here, it's on the logo, so being able to put that up here and shift the instant quote onto the featured graphics was a huge thing, to be able to move the social icons to the bottom. Now, talked about actually making the social icons, this is taking people away from my site, which is something I don't necessarily want them to do, but that's why it's so down on the bottom of the footer. Going to the About page, did a lot of work here trying to make this a full width page, and then still constrain it, so it's still constrained to a 996, and then just the overall look and feel of this now, it matches. So all of the Wedding Wire Bride's Choice and Couple's Choice awards going with the reviews and things like that. And the video, that just ties everything right in. Now, some of the stuff that I left alone, I left this like this so I could show you that it did pop over here, but I figured I'd show you on the existing site that's published. Some work to be done yet on making this full width. So I had some design, I don't know, I have to figure out exactly what I want to do with this part of it. I didn't want to go in and start changing stuff and not like it and not be able to publish it. So also the reviews, there's things in there that I might go side by side with this, or maybe everything on the web now seems like it's circle, so maybe do a circle of each one of these guys and do a 1, 2, 3 or something like that. Or I can get pictures of each one of these and do full width. I'm really keen on the full width. I really like it when sites are that way, so and then make it responsive after that as well. So there's lots of work left to be done, but the things that are done today and in this month, really like the direction that it's going in. Positioning, I learned a lot about positioning this month, and actually I learned more about positioning from the assignment that was in our RMO class, and Mr. Bloom actually helped me out a little bit with that. So I was able to learn a little bit with that, and it's actually right here a little bit. So actually having each one of these things positioned and then implementing video as well. So this class actually helped me a lot on the RMO class. So that was pretty much what I've learned this month. So I hope you all enjoyed this class as much as I did and learned as much as I did. Thanks.